compact, and I think that the Falcons may be looking at the first fight of this circle to move on in. I believe that's the first knock, though, to be found, as BX Brothers lose a player. Foot able to earn on the first point. So keeping La Bendita as a major feature. This, I think, is good for Thunder Talk, right? That gives them a lot of control over the eastern side of this circle. BWNRX will try and push on through. I'm interested to see how effectively and how, indeed, Thunder Talk opts to try and defend this. You can see they're putting a lot of pressure onto BWNRX, actually moving all of their players out to this same sightline. For that, they will find Kine, and he will get flushed away as well. So BWNRX losing a player. Thunder Talk hold on to this east side nice and convincingly.
Yeah, it's a great pickup, actually.
Meanwhile, on the southeast side, BWNRX have more fighting on their hands. They have taken a knock, but there is an answer. A second knock. Okay, sent over towards Fenerbahce, but that leaves them in a 2 versus 2. REG gets flushed, which is nasty news for them. The team competing for second place, and BWNRX now have a little bit the tide turns their way. Frozen tries to get away, but the nade catches him. The spray down is good. A really nice pickup there. That's actually Thunder Talk taking shots over towards Fenerbahce as well. We're going to be able to steal away that point. Look at that flex out coming through from Kairos now, putting pressure onto BWNRX on the north side. Shots over towards Fenerbahce as well. And I think the Falcons are chiming in as well. They've moved out to the eastern edge to third party.
Yeah, Falcons need to have more impact here, especially when the circle moves over around with Regnum Kaya. Might need to regroup towards zone 6, but for the time being, I think they're quite comfortable on this 2-2.
I think La Bandita may have just become a tomb. For teams looking to push in from this southeast side, it may be the only option, but right now K1 hold the entire crater, but getting out of it is notoriously difficult. I'd be interested to see if K1 are able to do so, or if they're just going to try and go for those points. Thunder Talk, they lost a player to the play zone, but they will have to push further on in. Everybody's suffering here. Falcons eliminated. First team to go down now. They got a little bit too bold. They actually tried to send into the La Bandita crater. That is a bad time.
Yeah, it's a poor result for Falcons. They are having some pretty abysmal games at the moment. It's just been a case of that fast-paced nature, but with little to no macro thrown in. But here's fast-paced as well thought out. Symphony rocks up, but BWNRX will finish off Symphony. TTQ down to just the one player, but they have accrued 4 eliminations on the map, so it's not a net 0 game for them.
Certainly underperforming from yesterday, but still, yeah, you're right. It's a nice trundle game. You just keep it on rolling, keep everything moving, nice and smooth. Picking at a placement point, brilliant. Striker potential to be able to actually sit on this crater and just kind of and currently also in a decent spot to try and make this one a nice point-scoring game for them.
I think realistically for S2G, this is not so much circle look, but it's more a case of they make quick decisions and they play center, right? They play over towards the western side of San Martin. They took a very quick rotate over towards this position, took up Longhouse, and that's a great spot. Remember, the center of the circle was La Bandita right at the start of the game, so it's not unlikely that S2G just saw that and sent out towards this compound, and it's worked out well for them since.
We will have to try and keep this one going. They want a couple more elims, though, for their central position. Plenty more to farm on up. Fireflux on this northern side. With a little bit of danger, but Rook seem to be getting handled repeatedly here on an edge. So time for Rook in 15th place either.
Fireflux will finish off Rook. 15th place, like you said, 34 points total. K1 still going, looking for a bit of a better game here, but with 12 teams still up, we are not getting over towards those placement points just yet, and they only have 1 elim on the match.
Thunder Talk going down with 4 elims, 85 points now in first place. Skrat with a challenge, Fenerbahce. Close fire right on top of them. Regnum Kaya, sorry. Going to be trying to defend this compound that they've been in for quite a while. Silas keeping it on lock in the building. Quantum is low. Yekta trying to chime in for Foot on the southeast side, but Regnum Kaya still on the defense of this compound. 2 of their players down, 3 of their players down now as well. And Foot are starting to slurp up all of these elim points as well, with 5 now found from the southeast side.
Foot getting a lot of off this game. 5 elims so far. They're breaching over towards that position on the leaderboard where it's very hard to drop down towards into that danger zone. Having more and more teams confirming their positions over towards the finals right now. Magnum Kaya were struggling. Silas trying to put the fear of God in the enemy team by just spraying that M249. But in comes Barce.
A little bit of a sweep on in. One player knocked on the approach. And Brat looking to hold the center of this compound. 10 teams now remain. They are starting to take casualties. Brat, forward position knocked, but it's on the second floor. Makes it a little bit harder to confirm this flush. We'll need a nade to put on in there. Merciless is down, but 2 players from Barce going to keep the charge going on forwards. Gabri leaning outside, trying to connect with these nades, getting a little bit of damage, but not really finding those knocks. And the heals come through from Barce. They're not committing or going for this res. They just want to try and make it work with 3. Trying to put in ordnance through the door. Gabri repositions.
Yeah, sticking got on the wall there as well, funnily enough. That, I would classify that probably as circle up. That is dead central. But they should get a chicken dinner off this, and they don't get a chicken dinner, I will be quite upset with the way things come out for S2G. We're heading closer and closer towards that end game now, John. Good nades at the moment, though, for Bra. And Barce can't quite make their way in towards these buildings.
They've really been trying, and Bra have managed to pick themselves back up as well. It's just Elvis to be resible here now, as Merciless did get back up, but his teammates now not so lucky. A nice rebuff on the south side, but K1 now looking to leave the La Bendita crater. They've been chilling for a while. They have lost 2 of their players, but that can be a nice little help to the team looking to move on into the Bra compound. K1 actually just sending past them instead. They're going all the way out wide, trying to go further to the west towards Black Esports and maybe into the S2G sightlines. Icy does manage to catch Slonik, and there will be only 1 K1 player left, crashing straight into the forward point for Black Esports. You've got to imagine you're not lasting long there.
Good shots from Merciless. I don't know why he didn't try and pick up Elvis. I think he maybe just knew that the game was done and didn't want to pass across the elimination point to someone else or Bra. But for Bra, a good game so far. 7 elims. We talked about miracle runs. This is the start of one. We'll find out very shortly as we head into more of our games if that run can be kept up, or will we need to stop off for water along the way and come down towards those last places.
Have to wait and see. 8 teams now remain. The placement points kicking in. Solus, nade over the top. On this north side, it's getting pretty chock-a-block. You can see 2 teams of 4 posturing to move further south. Black Esports have this wide split going on further south of this, and Besiktas, with their remaining players also laying landmines in the way, will be pretty difficult to deal with. Brat, they take a shot, they take a knock from S2G in the middle of the circle. Actually, Regnum Kaya still have operatives in the building, and Wild will be still fragging out. 8 elims now found.
For Wild, we know that this guy is a solo warrior. Gabri is taken down there. I think that's by S2G off in the distance, so we're starting to have impact on the game. Besiktas with 0 eliminations, but potentially might be able to find 1 placement point.
Really where you want to be. IDA trying to challenge for that. They said they wanted to go a little bit further, but with the nades sent their way by Fireflux, it's not looking super happy for them. Fireflux wanted to confirm their spot as well, as Solus wants to try and find those final 2 spray downs. None of them have been knocked. A little bit of damage sent both ways. That nade looks pretty good, and we'll find both of them. A lovely little dunk there from Ketch to pick up the final 2 knocks against IDA, who go down in 7th place.
Right.
I'm thinking that this is going to be a Black Esports versus S2G final circle, but we'll have to wait and see, because there is a little opening found, and Fireflux are rolling up onto Black Esports' northern flank. They have managed to take down Matcap to slow things down, and Ketch is very, very low as well.
Ooh, 1 tag would do it, but Ketch actually lives through all of that. 1 nade coming over the top. It's so much as breathes on him. It will be game over for him. Crazy he lives that long. Black Esports taking a tremendous amount of casualties on the top side. There's a long nade over the top, but Scarface is already up into the rock.
Septimus trying to stay safe. Marcos is down, but there is a Regnum Kaya flank as well onto Black Esports now. They're playing with 2. It's all come crashing down. I thought they had a really strong hold there, but Fireflux completely obliterate it on the push, and a third-party potential as well coming from the other side, leaving Lord Cedric to play behind this crate. He's got a teammate up top, but he's dealing with Wild on the off angle. That is a put down there over towards Lord Cedric. Scarface finds it. It's all up to Lux for Black Esports to try and stay safe, but Fireflux descend. Wild is challenging over the hillside. He finds one, but that is all he'll get. It's Regnum Kaya down first, but Black Esports soon to follow.
Wild coming in there to try and pick up the pieces off the back of that, try and bump the point scoring up is pretty cheeky. This is what I like about S2G. They weren't comfortable just sit inside this compound. They know that a lot of the fighting is happening over towards the west, so they flex out. They've cleared the majority of the eastern side. I think there is, or was, a player up fort still in that area, still in that region. Yeah, for S2G, they're happy just to send this one over. 3 teams remaining. For Besiktas, getting a second place will be huge for them. In terms of the points, they are very low down in the lobby.
Any points they can get would be hugely beneficial, but they've got no elims right now, Blank, which means that it's going to be single-digit points here for Besiktas. Not in this next circle, so we'll have to move as it pushes him in. And Swain, you can see how little cover he's got to play with here. The question is anybody going to pay attention to this angle, right? Are S2G going to be keeping an eye on this shack? Do they expect someone to be there? They'll know that there's at least 2 teams remaining. They'll probably know that Fireflux are up as 4, so they'll be wary of solo players, which means that alarm bell should be ringing in the minds of the Fireflux team, of S2G as well, that shack could be deadly.
Scarface gets taken out first, and that's by Swain, who struggles to get back in the building. Helmet caught on the door frame somehow, some way. That does leave now Fireflux down to the 3 players, but a lot of elims on side, John. A lot of elims.
I think they're up to 12 here, but they are slowly being taken down. Actually, pretty quickly being taken down. S2G just roll over the top of the hill with a little assist from Swain. S2G close down the match for a chicken dinner. They want that top spot back.